Hi my salty pecans, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Pamela, and on today's video we are going to be doing a snake plant repotting. I have two different sansevierias or dracaenas. Honestly, depending on how old of a plant parent you are, you call it by either or. Newer plant parents, because the name has changed, you might call these dracaenas, but older pre-pandemic plant parents would definitely call these sansevierias. So I don't remember the exact name of this particular snake plant. If you know it, please drop it down in the comment section below for you salty pecans. And I also don't know the exact name of this particular snake plant either, but this one in particular, this was one of my oldest, maybe one of the first plant videos I did on my channel. I can't even remember. I think this was maybe in 2017 or 2018 I might have filmed this video. But it originally started off as a one-leaf cutting. So in the last few years, it's given me such beautiful growth, and it's also put out of many, okay, and when I say many, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, is that four new growth points, and I would definitely just say 5 for the first offshoot. Okay, so there's about 5 different particular snake plants in this container, and this baby, there are 2 particular snake plants in this container. So we're going to give them larger homes. Oh yeah, they are more than deserving of it. This snake plant in particular, it's starting to expand. Okay, I'm feeling bulges. The root systems in here definitely, most definitely need more space. Okay, the plastic container is starting to warp, and this one's starting to crack. So let me show you all the new sizes I'm going to give them. For the larger snake plant, I am going to give it this beautiful white plastic pot. The only problem with this pot is that it does not have any drainage holes. I will show you all how I'm going to handle that next. For the smaller snake plant, I'm going to use this plastic container. Okay, let me show you all how I'm planning on combating the lack of drainage hole. So my DIY trick for this particular problem is a soldering gun. All right, this soldering wand, soldering gun gets really hot, so be very careful to not touch any of the metal of anywhere on this when you plug it in. Okay, so this, I'm going to just poke a few holes at the bottom of the container to have drainage. I do not want waterlogged plants, and for drain purposes it also comes with a catch tray. So perfect. So yes, let me show you all the products I'm going to use. Before I continue, I also am going to repot this Haworthia. I've had this Haworthia for many years now. It's given me an offshoot, and this plant is very sunburned but so tough and resilient, not fussy in the least. Okay, so I'm gonna give this container, this plant, a new pot, and the pot I'm going to use is this one. Not that large of an upgrade, but large enough, and I'm just gonna put it right back to where it is. So I pre-mixed a few different substrate mixes. I have some cactus palm citrus mix. I added extra perlite. This has orchid bits, a little bit of charcoal, a little bit of peat moss, tiny bit of soil, and osmocote as well. So this is my pre-mix substrate that I'm going to use for the plants. So let's get into repotting. really good, really fresh, really juicy, really happy. But we're going to just give it a larger container. This is going to get very hot very soon, so I'm going to monitor, of course, the gun, being very careful not to place it anywhere or touch it at all. And again, we're going to use this to puncture holes at the bottom of our container. This is more than ready. Let's get to soldering. So the bottom of the container already has some pre-etched holes, so I'm just gonna stick this into the pre-etched holes. Wiggle it a little. Alright, I got the first hole done. Okay, and we're done. Turn this off, put this somewhere safe to cool down. So I grabbed a coffee filter to place at the bottom of my container because I personally dislike when there's soil running out of the bottom, when there's perlite, when there's any sort of substrate medium going into my drainage. No, we're not doing that. So I'm gonna just put my coffee filter at the bottom as a barrier. And if you know how coffee filters work, it's going to just drip without anything coming out. Okay, I'm going to start off by placing just a thin layer of soil at the bottom. Okay, for my plant, I'm just gonna give it a little squish just to de-densify, decompact whatever is super compacted and overly dense. Okay, because this plant has been inside of that container for years, so I know it's very tightly wound together. Okay, I'm gonna place my plant. I think height-wise I might want it just about this high up. So I'm gonna take it out and I'm gonna add a little bit more soil at the bottom. Okay, let's see this again. Okay, this is about perfect. So I'm going to now fill the remaining container, the surrounding plant, with my mix. Okay, so I have repotted the plant and I have the saucer at the bottom. It's gonna give it a good watering. This water has fertilizer and some other nutrients. Give it a good water, and I also like to make sure I see this dripping. Okay. I'm gonna let some water run through, and I'm gonna top it off with soil because I know it's gonna settle. Okay. I'm gonna set this off to the side, and we're going to move on to the next plant. This is this beautiful variegated snake plant, and here are the roots of this one. Pretty happy, but it could afford to get a larger container. Okay, we have the coffee filter. I folded it in threes and we're just gonna cut it. Okay, perfect fit. Same thing, we're gonna add just a base layer. See how tall this plant is. Give it a little scrunchy scrunch to loosen the roots. So I'm gonna fill this up. And I like to add the old soil back in as well. I'm just going to add this tray under. Give it a couple little, and then we're going to water. When it comes to snake plants or plants that have similar sort of growth pattern, stature, I water in between some of the leaves because I tend to get substrate in there too. Okay, this one doesn't seem like it needs a top up of soil, so I'm gonna set this one aside as well. We have our last planty baby that needs to be repotted, and again, this is my Haworthia. Let's see the roots. Ooh. Now this is root bound. Ooh, good catch. Get the roots on this one. My goodness. Okay. Let's give this baby a well-deserved new container. And not a single, when I tell you not a single root rot in sight. I'm being very careful, but I have to decompact the soil. This plant is extremely tight, extremely root bound. Oof. Oh my gosh. Yes. I'm very happy for this plant. Okay. I'm going to grab the other order of that coffee filter I cut, and it looks like this. I'm gonna add some of that old soil down there. Add some of the new soil. We're gonna measure the plant. Okay. A little sprinkle. And the reason I'm focusing the plant to be more on the edge is that the new growth is coming out this way. So I know it's not gonna be pushing out new growth at this point. Well, I'm assuming. So I'm gonna give it a bit more focus here so I can give it space to pop out new growth here in the back. but less likely in that direction, as the plant has shown me. I'm gonna let them share this tray, and we're gonna add in here. Give it a water from the top. Water from the top too. It's hot enough. And I'm gonna let them sit here, drink up whatever they need, and we are good to go. Okay, salty peeps, so this is the final result of my repotting of my snake plant, and of course this beautiful Haworthia. I've had these plants for a while. This one I believe I got in 2021 or maybe 2022, I believe. And I also have this beautiful other snake plant that started growing in I think maybe 2017, 2018 as one leaf, and it's given me about 5 new growth points since then. We have this alba one like I showed you, and this Haworthia I think I've had for around the same amount of years as this one, but obsessed with them. So thank you so much, salty peeps, for watching this video. If you liked it, please let me know by giving it a big old thumbs up. Share, subscribe if you haven't already, and also let me know if you know the names of these snake plants. I think this one originally started as a green with some white bordering, but I think when you propagate by a leaf, it doesn't maintain the same sort of genetics. It alters the genetics. So let me know what this is called. And even this Haworthia, I think this is the Haworthia Sabrina, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. Also follow me on my other social media platforms at HousePlant. That's HauzPlant. And look at this beautiful plant. Let me know if you have a favorite snake plant as well. I have a couple more in my collection, but these two were the only ones I wanted to feature in this video. I will also see you all on the next one. Let's get growing. Bye. Oh, I forgot to add kitty cat back. Oh, we almost forgot you. Alright, I'll see you on the next one. Bye. Let's get growing.